something you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview.
It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay.
Hey, Peaches! Welcome to Fix It, where friends don't let friends fix pop culture alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay. And you're our listener.
Hey there, listeners.
Ho there, listeners. All you listeners out there in Vlistland, Vlisteria.
The magical world of Listeria.
The magical land of Listeria, where there are satyrs and minotaurs prancing and dancing, listeners gathering around their state-sponsored radios to listen to us every day as we cast our magical podcasting spells. Yes, Turkish Delight, anyone? Yeah, I'm the villain of Listeria.
Yes, I'm catching that.
Yeah,
Yeah, as soon as you said Turkish Delight, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you are a menacing bad guy.
That's the key to building a podcast audience. Ruling with an iron fist. A cold, icy fist. Much like the Ice Queen. Yum, yum. Eat 'em up.
No, shred it up, then put a little nice little flavor topping on it, and then you got some Italian ice.
What's do you have like a snow cone flavor you like lean on? You've never had a snow cone, have you?
I've never had a snow
You've
cone.
never had a snow cone.
No.
Okay, cool, man. What?
Jay, I prefer eating ice cream with my tongue.
Yes.
I don't lick ice.
Man, I love snow cones.
A lot of people do.
Snow cones, I don't like the first 3 bites of snow cone are like peak frozen treat.
But you bite into that's ice, man.
Yeah, man.
I can't. My teethers can't handle that.
There is no cowardice in this dessert dojo.
Jay, I don't even like ice in my water.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, I like it. Like a
No.
glass of water.
Lukewarm, room temp, maybe a couple degrees below, but
If you had to guess what kind of snow cone flavor you would like, what would you think you would guess?
Salt? I don't know.
What's wrong with you? Well, fair enough. Okay. Well, that really took the wind out of my sails. Never had a snow cone. I've never known true joy.
I think I have known my own true joy. It just doesn't come in a snow cone form.
Welcome to Fix It. I'm Jay. That's Adam. You may know you may know us as the magical paragon of all YouTube reaction channels previewed. You may know us from there. You may know us from our bounty hunting days. You may know us. There's a lot of different legends of Jay and Adam.
We always get our man.
Yes, indeed. But when we're not YouTubing, we host this show, Fix It. This is
also on YouTube.
Yes, yeah, I guess, we're technically YouTubing. Darn it! We're always YouTubing.
Google alphabet. What level of the giant national non-national government thing do I need to rule?
This is our show, Fix It, where every week Adam and I take a piece of pop culture that maybe missed the mark, maybe didn't quite get there, maybe lacked that little bit of Disney magic, and we fix it. But today, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit, a little mix-em-up,
Mixing the formula up a little bit.
We're changing the formula just a tad bit. We're not necessarily taking a bad movie that needs to be fixed, but since we're getting all of the announcements of more and more Disney live-action remakes, Adam and I have both taken a property from the Disney animated canon, and we have kind of designed our own live-action remake of this movie.
Yes, we have. If they're going to do all of them, Miles, I have a very good pitch for a Disney live-action movie.
And everyone's like, "Oh man, it's like it's simply a cash grab that they do these." To which I have to say, that's only
you are right.
That's only 20% of it. The other 80% is this is Disney's very clever way of re-upping all of their copyright on all of these IPs.
Because as if anyone who's watching Last Week Tonight knows that Steamboat Willie is going to be in the public domain next year.
So we will be seeing a Steamboat Willie movie that no one wants soon, probably.
Possibly. We'll see.
Oh, boy.
Disney's changed it multiple times in the past, so the whole copyright law.
Oh,
and
yeah.
how long they own something.
Oh, boy.
I mean, Superman and Batman are going to be in the public domain in the next 10 years or so.
No way.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen. There's no way.
They were created in I think the late 20s, early 30s. Captain America was in the 40s. Like in our lifetimes, we are going to see these battles play out some more.
That's so
Iconic
fascinating.
comic book characters entering public domain, possibly entering public domain.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know, right?
that's so fascinating.
Mhm.
That's so interesting. I think it's gonna come into like I think the concept of mascot is the concept that's going to be expanded upon. They're
Possibly.
like, it's a mascot for a corporation. It can't enter the public domain. It's like, what does that even mean? Okay, well, what is that is the only thing that I think that's the in. But man, can you?
We live in interesting times.
Interesting times indeed. I almost don't want him to enter the public domain because that just gets
I
so
know.
messy.
Yes, it does.
So, but at the same time,
But at the same time,
like the amount of news stories that we've seen of like the lobbying of copyright law and things
Yeah.
like that like are kind of like that get really hairy,
Mhm.
and it's like I don't want the big mega corporations to win, but at the same time also like
Yeah. But sometimes the fans do better by the characters than the giant mega corporations. So
but we're only gonna see more and more like people dressed up in Times Square asking for pictures to be taken. If that's
asking
the case,
for pictures,
yeah, it's aggressive.
It's very aggressive.
I don't know why anyone enjoys Times Square. Like when anyone comes to New York and like visits New York
Sure.
and they go to Times Square and they're like, "Oh, it was fun." I was like, "It was."
Where did you go?
That Times Square is like one of the environments of like one of the like tourist traps that happens to you. You
Yes.
don't happen to it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you wanted to walk through Times Square at say like 46th Street,
Mm-hmm. That's the heart of the beast.
is it the more north 48th? Just somewhere north or south of it. Just kind of like walk through it and it's like, yep, I've seen all these things in movies. Cool. Moving on. Don't need to go actually to the to the cross. Just pass by. Don't just see all the things once and you're good. Bye.
Yeah, then you can do all the other
And you can
amazing
do all the other
things.
amazing things here in the city. There's a multitude of them.
There's a ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have more museums than you can shake a stick at. We have a bunch of zoos. We got lots of stuff to go see. The best dining in the country. Why are we sponsored by the city of New York right now?
Apparently,
New York City, the Big Apple.
this episode brought to you by New York City.
New York.
New York City. Yeah, come on by.
Come on by. Come on down. It's folksy and fun.
Yep, folksy and fun. That's how I would describe it.
Are you a fan of these Disney remakes?
No.
No. That was very vehement.
I've never watched any of them.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Yep. Why? I've seen these movies in its perfected form.
Yes.
The live action, while interesting, like there are a lot of properties that you want to see from like to get a cartoon or
Yeah.
like be a cartoon. It's like, oh, then they're gonna make a live action version of it. Awesome, that's really cool. Like, you like to see properties sometimes. Like when the Ghostbusters cartoon came out in the '80s, awesome. When we're seeing Rebels characters from animated Star Wars like being live action. Oh, cool, they're making the crossover. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to actual like Disney movies, seeing like the live action version of these Disney films,
when we've seen the
it's
regular
like-
versions over and over and over again.
yeah, it's not for whatever reason. These Disney films, the Renaissance back in the day, the new Renaissance in the '90s, seeing these films be in live action to me it doesn't have that special quality that having seen these other properties transfer from one medium to the other has.
Yes.
Because I think just because the animated films are just so good.
Yeah.
And they're so like ingrained in our childhoods that it's like, but you nailed it.
I think there are certain, for me, I think what frustrates me about a lot of the remakes is it's the grand scope of it, in that everything feels like it's getting a remake.
Yes.
When I feel like there are certain ones where I was like, I understand why this got a remake.
Oh, I see what you're... Yep, I see what you're saying.
Like, Beauty and the Beast was like, oh, it is actually interesting to... Like, it's fun watching the CG...
Sure.
Like, you know, Lumiere and Cogsworth, like, interact with, like, a regular person. And, like, seeing the Beast in, like, as a practical effect as opposed to a special effect is actually really fun. It's really interesting.
Sure.
But there are certain movies where I'm like, Cinderella was like note for note, beat for beat, pretty much Cinderella.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't see the purpose of this. I think the only reason that they should have ever made the fact that they made Aladdin anyways, dude, if you're telling me they were going to do a live action remake of Aladdin and Robin was still alive and he was going to be the genie in the movie,
Sure.
yes, you go see that.
Yes.
Go see that. I want to see that.
Yes, of course.
I'm like getting sad thinking about that we'll never get to see that. And they gave us the Fresh Prince instead, who did his best.
Yeah, he did his best.
But yeah, I've only seen Aladdin, Cinderella, and Beauty and the Beast. The others I have not. The Pinocchio looked like a fever dream.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is one of them. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And the Little Mermaid looks interesting only in that how they do the animal characters. Because Lion King made them too real. Yes. And this one seems like they found that middle ground between the animated version and what like an actual talking crab would be. But they can't do an actual talking crab. They gotta...
I don't like crabs. No, they freak me out. They're just little water bugs. No thanks. I'll eat them, but I don't want to look at them. I don't want him to sing me at least 2 songs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, he does a lion's share of the
though.
singing in that.
He's got a nice voice, though.
He's got a great voice, but he does a lion's share of the singing in that. Like, yeah, the Little Mermaid remake, to me, has all of the right pieces in place for a movie that I am aggressively not going to see.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, I'm not going to see it either. But I mean, I'm interested. I just interested to know how they do certain things, though.
But like, are we the target? We're nowhere near the target demographic for something.
You
like
would
that.
think that we would be,
because we grew up on these movies.
Yes,
but we're not.
Maybe it's the kids.
Who are these movies for?
The kids,
I guess.
Our generation's kids, maybe.
But I feel like they're leaning on this...
Wouldn't we have already shown them the animated versions?
I think it's more of a scathing indictment of what they're actually just trying to do with these, in that, like, I just cannot tell who these are marketed to, because I feel like they're cashing in on nostalgia, but our generation is like, I don't want to go see that.
I don't know, man.
It's very weird.
It is very weird.
Yeah. Well, normally this is the time where Adam and I, one of the two, ask the other two how we're doing, and we have a prescient checkup of just how content creation's going on our side and how our lives are going. But as we all know, I'm having a baby soon, so we're getting some episodes in the can.
We're working ahead a little bit.
We're working ahead a little bit.
Doesn't have to podcast when the baby's here.
And so we have Brian, our producer Brian, has worked up a scenes from a hat, just like personal chit chat questions.
Oh yeah, because we're recording this in mid-April, and you're not listening to this until late May.
Yeah.
So like anything we say about now doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's not prescient.
So.
Okay, I'm rolling a set. Oh, we got a 7.
Lucky number 7.
Okay. Question number 7. If you get first class tickets to go anywhere, what is your ideal location for a trip/vacation? And this I know my answer.
Maybe you should start first.
Tokyo. I want to go to
really?
Tokyo so bad. First of all, if you get to fly first class, if the question is implied first class, I want to take a long flight on first class.
Oh, you wouldn't enjoy that first class.
You see those YouTube videos of like people like, I'm flying first class across the world, and here's my amazing suite. You know,
there's a suite.
Yeah, there's all sorts of cool stuff on planes.
I've never seen those videos.
Yeah, I want to like fly like in like the cool first class where like you get your own little thing, and like at some point you can take a shower.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, and like your seat turns into a full bed.
Wow.
Yeah, you can go into full goblin mode, just like squirrel up in there.
Sure.
I'm gonna crawl into the vents at the end of this flight. You'll never catch me.
Jay on a plane.
I live here now. Yeah, I've never sat first class, and it's a dream of mine.
Really?
Oh yeah, man! I want to drink this. I want to get a complimentary glass of champagne
Okay.
and just chillax
Okay.
while I soar through the skies.
Sure.
Not interested in you at all?
I don't fly that much,
You sure?
and I don't really.
When was the last time you were on a plane?
I mean, it was before the forever time.
The
So-
pandemic?
Yeah. So at least 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to like just I want to be on there for a while, and I want to be taken. I want to eat a delicious meal, and I want to have all
To
the
be taken care of?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get pampered like that? You ever flown first class?
No.
Yeah.
I've never really been
looks
pampered,
awesome.
Jay, so I don't know what it's like.
You never gotten a massage
I have.
or anything? So you've been pampered.
Oh, okay. But not like that. That's different. I feel like that is different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to go to Tokyo so bad. I want to go to Tokyo
What
so
about
bad.
Tokyo that you want to see?
Yo, I want to see all the weird vending machines.
Okay.
I want to like play pachinko. I want to eat all the delicious food.
Uh-huh.
I want to I want to eat noodles from like a little on the
street cart.
street like not street cart but like a little street stall where they have like the little booth.
Sure, yeah.
Like the little the little bar seats in the front. I want to eat like ramen there, and I just want to live it up. I just think it's such a fun and cool place.
Oh, okay.
And I want to see Mount Fuji. I want to go to Japan so bad.
Really?
So bad.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to go to I want to play Pokemon Go there.
You think their Pokemon Go would be better than ours here?
I mean,
You would hope.
I would imagine so.
You would hope.
If it's not, then they have stuff to answer for. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So yeah, it's one of your guys' national IPs, and it's the most profitable IP on the planet.
It is.
So if you guys aren't the best Pokemon Go players in the world, figure it out. People are like, what about America? I'm like, we don't walk. What? No,
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But yeah, I want to go to Tokyo so bad. So bad. And then take the bullet trains
Oh,
to
really?
all across Japan and see all the sights. Maybe spend a weekend at at a monastery.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So you want to go there for a while?
I want to go there for a while. I think I'd really like Japan.
Okay.
And I think they'd love me. I'm
They
jolly.
They might, but also their culture is a lot different than ours, bud. You may not fit
Yes.
in as much as you think you do.
I think I'd fit in great.
Okay.
What do you know?
Not much. I just watch a lot of anime
Oh, okay.
and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So you're saying if I don't have superpowers or if I don't have a gigantic sword, I won't be accepted?
No, not at all.
That's true. If I don't watch food pornography?
Nope, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to see?
I don't know. Vancouver? Seattle? I'm not sure.
Vancouver?
I don't know.
And then you followed it up with Seattle?
I heard it's nice and cool and rainy there.
Okay, what about Vancouver do you want to see?
Technically, it's international.
Okay.
Basically American.
Okay. From here, it's like an hour and a half flight.
Is it really?
It's not far.
Oh, okay. But
From New York.
Toronto's not far.
Oh, no, Toronto's not
only
far.
an hour away.
Yeah, Vancouver's
Yeah.
kind of far. But
Yeah, Vancouver is on the West Coast.
so you want so what do you want to do in Vancouver?
I don't know.
What about it?
A lot of shows.
Did you
shoot
just
there.
did you just pull an answer out of your butt?
I did, Jay.
You haven't thought about this at all, like where you'd like to go or do?
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. The true answer is, oh, thanks. I can cash these in. Hey, Amanda, do you want these first class tickets to go home or something? I don't like traveling.
I know, but if you had to, you want to go to London or something?
No.
or- No?
I've been to Paris. I have.
Did you like Paris? I see. I've never.
It's all right.
I've never
It was
left
over-
the country.
We were there for 36 hours. Not even. No, we were there for 24 hours.
Oh man, yeah, I've never left the country, and it
I mean, I've
kind
had-
of bothers me.
England seems okay, but I mean, their food's horrible.
Fish and chips, though, man. You get it in a newspaper? Come on now.
I don't know. Italy, I guess. That was nice.
Ooh, yeah.
But I mean, I've been there, so
Oh.
maybe Florence. Florence was a nice city.
Yeah, Florence. It's like the Vancouver of Italy.
I heard it's pretty rainy there.
Like Venice? That'd be fun.
No, Venice is not as fun as you think it is. I went to Venice. I've been there for.
I don't trust your. I don't trust
You
your.
shouldn't, because it's me talking about stuff like that. And I judge everything by how much can Adam eat here. Oh, not much. Well, I hate this place.
Well, that's everywhere, though.
I
Brian.
know, Jay. I went to a mob-run casino in Venice.
Ooh, did you win any money?
No. And I think I lost other people money.
How did you lose other people money?
People can bet on your hand. Yeah, at this place I went to, we were playing blackjack, and people can bet on your hand. Like, you can be playing, and other people can be behind you, like betting on you as well.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't play the way they want you to play, and you lose money, people get upset.
Yeah.
We realized we were all college kids, and we realized, oh, we're not safe here.
Yeah.
We need to go. Oh, we're in over our heads here. Uh-oh. How do we... Smoke bomb? Did anyone have a smoke bomb? We need to get out of here.
How'd you get out of there?
Awkwardly.
What does that mean?
It means that you're kind of like, okay, we're just gonna have time to go. I think we're all leaving. We're all getting out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Venice.
It's like when I tried to go get you a meatball sub yesterday before stream. He's like, we don't have meatballs. And then me and the guy behind the counter
You called.
just stared at each other
Oh, really?
for like a hot second. He was like, we don't have meatballs. I'm like, okay. I called to make sure you had these, but I guess you don't. So goodbye. Like he was just.
I guess I'm.
He was just
now.
like standing there with like the bread cut open, like, and I was like, can you? No. All right. Deuces.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Is there a meatball shortage I'm not aware of? Because apparently.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that place.
Neither do I.
I'm done with that Subway. I'm over it.
Maybe we should go.
So Vancouver. All right.
Sure.
Woohoo.
They film a lot of shows there. Vancouver's a very popular place.
So you want to go like watch people filming a show?
I don't know, man.
Huh. I thought that was kind of like, you'd like Tokyo. You can come with me to Tokyo.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, come on. It'd be so fun.
Jay, I'd starve to death.
No, you wouldn't. There are vending machines for every taste.
Okay.
We can get you noodles. You like noodles? Have you had ramen? It's just noodles.
I have not had ramen.
Yeah, it's just noodle soup.
Okay.
Do you like noodle soup?
I do like noodle soup.
Yeah, then you like ramen. We'll
Maybe.
get you to try some ramen.
Okay.
You might like it.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow, this ground to a friggin' halt.
Good question, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Anyways, while we're on the subject of Brian, before we hop into talking about Disney live action remakes a little bit more, why don't we go to Brian for a little of that beautiful fun fact footage about Disney live action remakes.
Thank you, gentlemen. Producer Brian here. But before we get into Disney live action remakes, I want to talk a little bit about what the boys mentioned, public domain. Just so you know, Mickey becomes public domain in 2024, Pluto 2025, Donald 2029, Superman 2033, Batman 2034, and Captain America 2036. Now, if somebody were to make content using those, they would have to use those original versions that are going into public domain. Also, Disney and Warner Brothers have trademarks on those characters, so there would be a ton of litigation, and it would be really hard for someone to even make that. So, just wanted to talk about that quickly. But now, let's get into Disney live-action remakes. I want to say that there are about 20 Disney live action remakes since 1994, with a ton more coming. They've made over $9 billion total. Some of the highlights are 101 Dalmatians, Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, The Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo, Aladdin, The Lion King, Mulan, Cruella, Peter Pan and Wendy, and upcoming are The Little Mermaid, Snow White, and Moana. And that's just a couple of the ones that they've announced. Now, the highest grossing one of those is The Lion King. It's in the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time list, with over $1.6 billion worldwide. Obviously, there is still a taste for this. Millennials have it tied up with their childhood nostalgia. They're taking their kids to it. Also, it's a perfect opportunity to have a family-friendly experience at the movie theater, knowing what you're going to get. Now, if you care, on Rotten Tomatoes, the highest is 94%, that's 2016's The Jungle Book, and the lowest is the most recent Pinocchio, 29%. Most of them are in the middle. Beauty and the Beast is like 71%, The Lion King is 52%, Aladdin is 57%. Now, the last thing I will say is that genre movies like horror make the best remakes. Anyway, back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Brian.
There's a lot of movies out there.
There's
right
a
now,
lot of
so
movies.
There's a lot of information out there to see how these movies are doing.
Yeah, I will say I am excited about the concept of a Lilo and Stitch live action remake.
Oh, really?
I think that one in particular, it falls into like the Beauty and the Beast thing. I'm like, I want to see like the CG aliens and like,
Oh,
that's fun.
Mhm. I mean, I've never seen Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you would have.
Because that was a later 90 film, right? Yeah, I was, yep.
No, you were too old for it by that point. It's like actually a pretty great flick. And it's not a musical either.
Really?
No, it's just right across the plate.
Huh,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Moana means family.
Sure.
Did I say Moana means family? No, I said Ohana means family. Moana is a completely different movie.
But
and
also getting live action.
Okay.
Is The Rock going to be the guy? Because he did the announcement.
Here's a question.
But is he going to be?
Have we finally reached rock burnout?
No.
I think we have.
Okay.
When I found out about all the stuff about Shazam and Black Adam and like their bad blood.
There's bad blood?
Oh, the reason that like Shazam like wasn't in like Black Adam like in any like post credit sequence is because like The Rock was like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He
Oh.
was like, it needs to be Superman. Like he's like wants to be on the same level as like all these other Justice League. Like so it's like specifically a choice on his part to like not to like kind of separate it from the Shazam stuff. And I'm like, piece of
wow. That's not. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
yeah.
Because
And Zachary Levi has his own milieu of problems, but that in particular,
huh.
I don't know.
Well, maybe that's another reason why he's not really.
But yeah, I think The
wasn't
Rock
really
is
announced.
definitely going to be in the live action remake
Okay.
of Moana.
I mean, I do still like him. Like he's goofy.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm kind of done seeing him and stuff for a little while.
You need a break.
I think, yeah, and I
We just need a break.
look. I know everyone's trying to make their money while they can make their money, and that's
Sure,
all
sure.
well and good. But like, I just feel like if you are nonstop making movies for like 5 years, I think maybe just take a year off.
Have you ever thought about this? About the trajectory of like if you were like a movie star or
And
like
how
like
important picking your projects is?
yeah, and how important time off is, or just like not being in a movie is.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. I
Yeah.
used to think about this when I was a kid. Not that I ever really had dreams of like really being a movie star, but like if I was a movie star, I'd really, I'll really try to work hard for a couple of years and then make sure I wasn't in a movie for like 18 months to 2 years, just long enough for someone to be like, "Hey, whatever happened to Adam?" Oh wait, there's a trailer for a movie.
You want it to be. You want at any time anyone sees you,
Mhm.
like in a trailer or something, everyone goes, "Yeah." And the thing is that like everyone has a finite amount of yeahs.
It's true.
Like everyone has a finite amount, and you can overexpose yourself,
Mhm.
and you either overexpose yourself long enough to become the villain,
Oh.
or people start to write you off.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Hart has gotten to that point in my mind.
Oh, he's been written off.
I just kind of anytime they're like, "Oh, it's new Kevin Hart comedy," I'm like, straight to DVD. No thanks.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm good
Okay.
because he's saying yes to everything.
Oh.
So, and I can't blame him. Make your money
No,
while you're making your
no.
money, and you're clearly doing 1,000 times better than either of the two of us.
Well, that's the other thing kind of going on right now is that I think production for a lot of movies has expanded. It's blown up because it just takes longer to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But the acting part doesn't take as long, or the voiceover work doesn't take as long. So you can,
Because you can overexpose yourself with 6 months of work. Like,
and it's
it's
not necessarily your fault.
And from their perspective, they're like, go away. Dude, I've been doing nothing.
I did nothing last year. I recorded the words. Because like Chris Pratt, Mario just came out last week. Guardians 3 comes out in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And those are both filmed or recorded way last year.
Yeah.
And it's it's not technically his fault. He didn't really pick the release schedule, but he's the main guy in 2 movies a month apart.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
And that just the backlog, I think, of the pandemic hurt because everything we log jammed productions, and now things are are still we're still not in a normal rotation yet.
No,
Still,
in no
we're
way.
getting there. We're closer now, but it's still a little bit of that log jam. So
It hurt Marvel too.
yeah, it hurt Marvel a lot.
Because when Feige came out and was like, we made too many shows, I was like, you didn't.
It was
you really didn't. The time frame got really smaller.
Yep.
I was like, I don't make less. This is all. Some people are burnt out. Yes,
Sure.
But I don't think it's your fault.
I don't think it is either. Just space it out.
Just space it out.
Space it out.
Oh man.
But these Disney remakes now, right?
Yeah.
The reason why we're specifically doing this is because Little Mermaid is coming out soon.
Yeah.
And they just announced they're doing Lilo & Stitch. And then they just announced they're doing Moana. I was like, okay, now we're just... Oh, clearly... We were all joking before that all of them are going to get it. Oh, you guys took that... Oh, no, we really are just going to do all of them.
Yes.
Wow.
Even Pinocchio?
Okay.
Even Pinocchio.
So, yeah, it's just it's just a matter of time before these things come out. And
There are some I would like to see, though.
Okay, which one?
And I know that's the general. It's not. I won't mention the one that I'm actually bringing to the table because my fix is completely unhinged.
Apparently, it's inspired.
But I would love a Peter Pan remake, like a Disney Peter Pan remake,
okay,
and expand their lore a little bit more.
well, I mean, there is that Wendy and Peter show coming.
And it looks fun. I think there's a lot of opportunity for. The thing is that if they could do a live action remake of a movie that wasn't a tent pole of my childhood, I'd be 1,000 times more interested.
Well, that's the problem. If you do these, if you make a live action version or bring animated characters into live action, you want this to kind of be a movie on its own right.
Yes.
And you're making live action remakes of movies that are so seminal to people that it's almost like you're trapping yourself. It's like, well, we can't really change too much because maybe we can expand on a couple things here and there and maybe flesh a couple things out to make it an actual 2-hour live action movie. But you're cornered from the source material with these huge mega properties that your theme parks are all built around. But if you take some lesser known things that theme parks and tent poles that aren't, and you can do something a little different with it to earn the fact that we have done this now in a live action version of this story. It's not just remaking
Find
the
some
movie.
stories that might be more politically prescient, stuff where the message is
timeless, or come back around and being like, oh yeah, that's good for right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That we should be retelling this story right now.
Yeah.
Society needs this story right
my
now.
brain immediately, when we got this assignment, my brain immediately went to The Great Mouse Detective, and I really tried to make that work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you know what happens when you do a live-action remake of The Great Mouse Detective?
I don't know. What, Jay? What happens?
It's just Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
I was like, we kind of already had... I was like, the whole point is that they're mice, and then if it's just CG mice, then, what's even the point?
Sure. Okay.
If they were going to do a live-action remake of The Great Mouse Detective a la The Lion King and do, photorealistic rats and mice. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Nah, I don't want to watch that. Because like that, the bad guy in that is going to be a big scary rat, and I just with a mustache, and I'm good on that. I'm good. That and I ran this, and then I was like, oh, what about the Rescuers Down Under? They're like little gerbils. That's cute. Nah, it's still the same bummer. Still like I still gotta watch a Komodo dragon like chase him down, and it's funny when it's a cartoon.
I got.
And you get a photorealistic Komodo dragon chasing after two little gerbils, and it's like, oh, this sucks. I hate it. It's like whatever movie was that penguin movie that's
Happy Feet.
I'm not sure if it was Happy Feet, but they had a sequence where like the orcas were coming after them, and you realize like what bloodthirsty hunters like orca whales are, and you're like, oh, I didn't need that. I didn't like that one bit. I don't need to see that. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
What if you remade Pixar films?
The process.
I mean, here's the pitch. Here's the pitch that just came in my head.
Okay.
What if you did a live action version of Ratatouille?
With an actual rat?
Or you can CG it.
I would probably see that.
But you could change it up and not have him be like a chef in a restaurant. You could have him be like in a chef in a cooking competition show. Because those are so popular right now.
It's just weird remaking movies that like have thoroughly already nailed it.
I know. I'm
It's
just
so
throwing out.
weird.
Would that be any different?
No.
Still not.
I just don't
still
wanna...
not sitting right because we already saw it.
Because let's be real, you know what's fun about the live action remakes is when we get the casting announcements. That's what's fun, and the casting things interestingly.
Okay.
Is fun, but then from there, as far as I'm concerned, it's all downhill from there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Why?
No, I'm just wondering. That's neat.
I'm like, oh, cool. They're going with this person. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, interesting. Kind of fun.
Cool. Well, I already know what the movie is, so
Yeah.
like that, I'll just envision them doing it.
I will just imagine them doing it and be like, oh, that's about, yeah,
Cool.
probably better than what they're gonna give us.
Yeah. Emma Watson. Yeah, she really nailed it in my head.
Yeah,
Good
1,000%.
job.
She was very good in that movie, actually.
Nailed it.
But yeah, we knew that she was gonna be good in that movie.
Yeah.
Like she's totally Bella's a Hermione type.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't realize that until I was like, oh yeah, that's actually perfect.
Yeah, this is
These movies flummox me.
They are. Yeah, these are flummoxing.
Yeah, and I had to like my fix. I had to go in such a specific direction in order, I think, to straight up just justify why these need to exist.
Sure.
Because I don't think they are obvious in their own existence.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Absolutely.
Like they need to do something more than just be the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you. Because it needs to be a movie in its own right.
Yes.
It can't just be a shot-for-shot remake. We can't just remake Psycho. It needs to be a new, interesting version. If you're gonna do it, do something interesting and different.
They just reshot Psycho.
Yeah.
They're like, can you believe it? I'm like,
yeah, it's not hard. It's
the same movie.
Storyboard's already done.
It's the same movie. It's the same movie.
Okay.
It's the same. At least Disturbia and Rear Window had like a couple things different. Oh boy. Anyways, all right. I think we need to move into.
Let's move into our fixes.
I think
or our pitches, really.
Yeah, these are really pitches this week. It's pitch it.
Pitch it. I'm gonna pitch fix it first.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Here we go. We start on a wide sweeping shot of the Scotland moors, and it's Scotland, 995. We see a castle besieged by mid-invasion, just a bunch of guys just going in there and just terrorizing this castle. And now this is
the story of a girl.
It's hard PG-13.
Okay.
So we're going to like a lot of those fixes recently is like I'm gonna push PG-13 as far as I can go.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be like things are looking bad. Like these invaders are invading. This is not cartoon stuff. This is not silly fun Disney stuff off camera. I was like, no, we're saying some stuff.
People are getting like burning pitch dumped on them, and
people are getting like cracked in the legs. Like it's bad. It's bad. It's not good for the people who are in this castle and the surrounding town outside it. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, mid-battle, a shadow flies across the wall, and then just one invader just gets like, just gets picked up out of nowhere and just flung. And then so like the next 90 seconds is basically like a horror movie of these invaders just getting taken out, like just off screen, like getting yanked from the shadows, like just like thrown places. Like, what is attacking these people? The castle people know, because they look to the skies, to their saviors, and then we fade out.
To the skies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's now present day. Same castle, just 1,000 years later. It's, it's overgrown and stuff. There's ivy everywhere. It's been, people have left there a long time ago. And we see an extremely attractive late 30s, early 40s dude just kind of walking around, and we see the castle's being deconstructed. They're taking the castle down.
Oh.
And a woman comes up to him and says, excuse me, Mr. Xanatos, we'll be able to complete this disassembly of the castle by the end of next week.
Okay. Keep going.
And he goes, excellent. And David Xanatos is being played by Lucifer himself, Tom Ellis.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's good casting.
Thank you. So he walks around the castle with this young plucky assistant and just lore dumps, hey, this is the lore of this castle and the things that happened here. And you see them walking by, and people are taking bricks down and stuff like that and put them in big boxes. We see just a bunch of boxes.
Yeah, just bunch of brick boxes.
All the boxes that are all
around
around
the
the place.
ship bricks? I don't think so, but...
You wouldn't ship bricks in a box?
What would you... I'd probably just put them in like a flatbed or something, like a storage unit container. Just like cardboard boxes full of bricks?
No, like the shipping, the
like
Ark
big,
of the Covenant, like that type of.
Dude, I just thought it was just
no,
like...
we're not moving and like putting you in a cardboard box with like
cardboard boxes from Home Depot.
Kitchen bricks.
Yeah,
No.
kitchen bricks. Living room bricks.
Like the
miscellaneous bricks.
DVD bricks.
Oh,
It's like.
And I imagine the movers being like, "What are they moving bricks?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yes. Yes. You were there when we packed them. So he's monologuing about, hey, all the castle, the lore, all this kind of stuff. They walk past a bunch of big boxes just before we see a giant Yudge stone gargoyle in a thinking position get lowered into a box.
I really thought you were doing Robin Hood.
I was, and then I realized I changed my mind. Gargoyles! So cut to 18 months later, Xanatos is now, and his consigliere Owen are now walking around the completed reconstructed castle atop Xanatos' tower in New York City.
I don't think we ever really fully took in how baller of a move putting a castle on top of a skyscraper is.
It's insane.
It's truly insane.
Well, it's
awesome.
That's part of this, the angle I'm going with this.
Oh, okay.
So like Owen mentions that, by the way, the sun will be setting in approximately 13 minutes. And they continue to tour the castle as like Xanatos is like, oh, look at all the cool things I put into this castle. Like all the upgrades and the cool laser, because it's present day. It's now. It's now. This isn't the 90s. It's now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he's like, oh, look, I did all this cool stuff with the castle. This is amazing. I'm amazing. I'm fantastic. I'm David Xanatos. Haha, look what I did. And meanwhile, down on the street, way at the bottom, a bunch of people are protesting the fact that David Xanatos, the richest guy in the city, just put a castle on top of a skyscraper, which is insane. You shouldn't be doing
that. That sounds awesome.
That's so dangerous for
cares?
New York City. That's the corruption that must have happened to get him to put a castle on top of his skyscraper.
Is it any weirder than any of the huge skyscrapers we have right now?
Yes, because his building probably wasn't zoned for a Scottish castle to be put on top of it. It's unsafe.
Sometimes you put castle on top of a skyscraper.
So people are protesting.
Then you go kill James Bond.
They have signs, and of course this is New York City, so everyone's also eating pizza.
Yes.
And there are a bunch of cops outside
at all times
at the protest to make sure nothing bad happens, and also there at the protest, being concerned about all the things I just brought up, is Detective Elisa Maza, who is played by, I looked this up, Isa Gonzalez, who was in. She's been in a lot of things, but most notably she was in the Hobbs and Shaw movie. I don't know which character, but she looks exactly like Elisa Maza.
Oh, all right.
And I picture her like just like early 30s. Because I mean, she's a detective. She like needs to be in the force long enough to know what she's doing.
Yes.
So like, it's like, oh yeah, that's like, because I was going like, who would be a good? Oh, she looks exactly like a live action Lisa would be.
it.
So let's just playing Elisa Maza. So Elisa and the beat cops talking about, they more a little bit of city lore of like, oh, this is crazy. I can't believe we got the permits for this. This is unsafe. Oh, the people, it's just New York, the New York City perspective of crazy David Xanatos putting a castle on top of his skyscraper. Because we never really got that angle in the cartoon. So like a little bit more of like, hey, what the hell? So they're down below, and all of a sudden they see explosion at the top of the castle.
Yeah.
As mercenaries have now attacked the castle atop of the tower, and we were flashed back up over to Xanatos and Owen as they are fighting all these mercenaries, as the guys are clearly trying to get something from this castle.
Yes.
And as the battle rages, as then Owen and Xanatos, who both of them can fight, actually, they're actually doing a pretty good job, but there's like a lot of mercenaries. The sun sets, and then all of a sudden, right in the middle of this battle, the battle just stops. It's a massive, like, cracking sound just resounds throughout the castle. And then everyone stops and looks as this giant, freaking huge, sexy purple gargoyle just breaks free from the stone. Everyone's like, what? But Xanatos is like, yes. So he makes a run to, as we all know, is Goliath. And like, hi, I broke the curse. We're under attack. I can explain everything later, but I really need your help. Your castle is under attack. And so Goliath's like, okay, there's too much. Okay, sure. So he just joins in, beats off the mercenaries. But clearly,
this is
a different movie.
Really pushing PG-13.
This is a hard PG-13.
Really pushing it.
But
you get one F-bomb in PG-13 and just one HJ, you know?
But during this battle, Elisa and the cops show up because they were down below, and they show up mid-battle, and she sees all of the stuff that is going on. During the fight, Elisa gets knocked off the castle, and Goliath goes to save her from falling to her doom. And in that moment, the bad guys get away with a hard drive.
Cool.
So, battle over. Okay, what? And they have like a Superman moment, like from the original movie in the '78 of like, I got you, man. You got me. Who's got you?
Yeah.
Like it's very much like, oh, this is crazy. Goliath lands, puts her down. Xanatos like, you have a lot to answer to. What is going? What was that? Who is he? What is going on? So you can see Xanatos kind of do the calculations in his head of like, this wasn't exactly the plan. Okay, you know what? I'll let her know. So he allows Detective Maza to hear the lore dump for Goliath about getting to the castle, breaking the curse, doing all the things, and Goliath's like, well, I appreciate you getting me out of, fixing the curse, but like, where's my family? Where are my clanmates?
Yeah.
And who told you about all this stuff? And that's when a voice from the shadows sounds like, oh, my love. I told him. And out steps Demona.
Oh, cool.
Oh, also, back up. Who's playing Goliath?
Yes.
I'm saying we could Dinjarin this if we need to.
Okay.
I think David Keith needs to do the voice.
Okay.
His voice is so iconic, and it's so good. We could do another actor mocapping it because it's a big guy, but his voice.
I understand that, but the whole point of a live action remake is that we're trying to like at least reimagine these characters a little bit more.
Sure.
I mean,
but the one thing.
So you're like, from an Optimus Prime perspective,
yes,
it needs to remain. Okay.
That's the one thing with Gargoyles is David Keith's voice. Like it's just so.
Sure.
Wait, am I saying that right? Is it? I want to make sure I got that.
I don't even know who. I just know that Goliath's voice rules.
Keith David. That's what it is. Sorry about that.
Keith David.
Yay, dyslexia and having two first names. It just really messes me up. Keith David. But playing Demona, Margot Robbie.
Okay.
Because Demona's a very complicated character.
Yes.
And she's got a lot of really good points, but she's also cuckoo. And like you can see like throughout the whole cartoon, like we can say please stop. We care about you. We're so few in number. Don't, like, I know it was hard for the past 1,000 years, but please stop. We can figure this out. But she just always chooses violence. And I think Margot Robbie
It would be fun.
It would be fun
Yeah.
to see that. Anyways, lore dump of all the things, of not too much, but just like, hey, I'm the one that told him this is what's going on. We need your help. But here's the big difference from the cartoon. Where's everybody else?
Oh,
Because Goliath's the only one that broke free.
I see.
He was the only one on top of the castle. This is the big change. They're like, they're gone. You were
Gone?
you were the only one left.
No.
We couldn't. You were the only one there. And so Goliath is like, ooh, he is not. Ooh, he does not take that well. So, Lisa hears all this, and she's like, I need to report back to the station. I need to go home.
Yeah.
And so Demona says, oh, I'll take you home. And Elisa does not trust her at all. And so she's like, Goliath, can you take me home? So Goliath, being the gentleman that he is, takes her home. And this is now we kind of get like this is all Act 2 stuff of like, hey, here's New York, here's modern day New York City. Here's what you missed in 1,000 years.
Pizza. Everyone's eating it.
So much pizza.
Get in there.
There's pizza there, pizza there. What is this pizza? Well, I want to get you some pizza.
Yeah.
So like it's just
Pizza,
kind of
pizza.
so she shows her she shows him basically the city. And then they get to talking about like all the things, and he loses track of time, so he has to stay at Elisa's place during the day, so she sees him turn to stone.
Cool.
So basically all of Act 2 is basically them being like, we need to get back this hard drive that those mercenaries took, because that had the information about this castle, which is your home, and also you guys. And if that information gets out, we're gonna all be
boned.
We're both boned, because I'm aware of. Demona made me aware of how big this world actually is and all the different forces, and I brought you back to help protect humanity. So, we need your help. We need to get that disc back. So Demona, Goliath, and Elisa are basically through all of Act 2 trying to track down where this hard drive is and get it back from different people. And Demona is the demon or the devil on Goliath's shoulder, being like, humanity's horrible. Here's all the bad things that happened in the past 1,000 years. Like they are not to be trusted.
Yeah.
And Elisa's like, that happened, but like also all of these good things.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the things that we've done. Just angel and demon on his shoulder. So eventually, Elisa like realizes like something is not adding up, because she's a New York City detective. Something is not passing the sniff test here.
Okay.
Something's wrong. So during one of the days, she goes off and follows a hunch. She goes to one of Xanatos' like warehouses or whatever. Follows a lead that she found somewhere else, and she just finds a lot of other boxes and stuff labeled from a shell company. Finds something. She's like, I knew it. Calls her friend. It's like, I need your help. Can you help me deliver this to Xanatos' tower? And they go, okay. And then she goes back and meets Goliath and Demona. They go get the hard drive in a cool battle where Demona we see her ramp up her violence throughout the movie, because she does not care about human life at all. And we are really going to see it now, because in the cartoon, she's like, oh, she's just mean. No.
You got to make it more actionable for a full film.
She's really like, oh, she's brutalizing these guys.
You got to Raphael it. It can't just be like, I'm cutesy and angsty. It's like, no, like you're going to make some choices that are actually going to be a big problem.
So, they get the hard drive, and right before they head back off, Elisa says something to Goliath. Like, can I just talk to you real quick? As Demona like heads off. So they figure out a convenient way of like getting her to go back with the MacGuffin, and she goes, or Elisa to Goliath was like, you can't trust them. I figured out what was going on. This whole thing actually is corporate espionage.
Oh,
there was no actual hard drive. What you stole from Biosyn, which is was a giant competitor of Xanatos' company.
Sure.
Like, nothing was reported stolen. Like, this was all, they're using you.
This is all under the table.
This is all under the table, and that's when everyone turns to stone. So the next night, they go to confront Xanatos. Right at sunset, they go to confront Xanatos. And as the reveal of Well, I mean, yes, I brought you. I didn't lie to you, Goliath. I brought you back with Damona's help to help protect humanity from what is coming, because something is very much coming for all of us,
And we're in trouble.
And we're in trouble. We need you to help. I just wanted you to protect humanity my way. But if you are not going to play ball, well, we do have these really cool, badass Goliath robots that I have been working on. Because remember, he had the armor. And
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess we're doing this. So they're in a fight, and with all these, and Goliath fights a bunch of these mecha Goliaths, plus Xanatos in his own armor, and Demona. Like, it's not good. Goliath is doing his best, but he's only been out for like 5 days.
Yeah.
It's been a very rough week for Goliath.
And he's been asleep for a long time.
So here's where I'm changing the lore slightly, and I'm doing this for dramatic effect.
Yes.
The battle goes against Goliath almost immediately. He's trying, gets a couple good hits in, but like he's clearly outmatched because there's too many of them. Right as like it seems like Goliath's, and because Elisa's there too. Like just it seems like, oh no, they are very much in trouble. You hear the elevator ding.
Oh boy.
And that's when Elisa's friends who were delivering something for Xanatos show up with 5 giant wooden boxes. And as they wheel them out into the castle, once again, that resounding crack sound happens. And out of the 5 boxes are the remaining gargoyles.
That's really cool.
So I'm changing, like, I just say, like, they just needed to be in the castle above the clouds after a sunset for the curse to break, just for dramatic effect. Because now in Act 3, now everyone, what's going on? Goliath! Oh my god! And they're like, what's happening? Everybody fights. The good guys win. Xanatos is just like, well, this was fun. Like, I'm sorry that we didn't see eye to eye for this. We're going to.
Yeah.
Because something clearly is coming, but this was a lot of fun.
I also own your house.
And yes, I also own your house. So, because Xanatos is that, like, chaotic, neutral, like, he actually does have a lot of really good intentions, but he wants his cut of it.
Yeah, and it actually, like, really makes their relationship, like, really interesting, because it's like, yeah, he's not totally on our side, but, like...
He's not totally against us
But
either.
he's also not fighting against us, so what are you going to do?
Yeah. So Xanatos, well, no, the next match is going to be even better. I can't wait until we fight again or whatever. He's Xanatos.
Yes.
Xanatos being Xanatos.
Yeah, he's so charming that it's hard to be mad at him.
Yeah, Tom Ellis is he's extremely
perfect.
charming. So
Totally
like, you can kind of be like, you rascal. So Elisa takes it like, you can't stay here. He's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't stay here. So she's like, you know what? The clock tower above my police station is actually probably a good place for you guys to set up. So we kind of flash forward 2 weeks in the future.
Sure.
They're now set up above the clock. They're in the clock tower above the station.
Love it.
As like, okay, like Elisa gives them all names for the landmarks in the city or the stuff in the city, and like, we don't know what's going on. Something clearly is up. Demona had a long history that we didn't learn about in this, and Xanatos is saying that something is coming. I don't know what it is. I'm new to this. You guys, this is your guys' world. What could possibly be coming for us? And like, Glass is like, I don't know either. But what I do know is that this is our home now, and we will do what we always have done, and we'll protect.
Hell yeah.
So, basically, it's the first 5 episodes of Gargoyles in a live-action movie.
Excellent.
And it kind of in my head, I was like, I could make this. No, wait, this was already a series. This needs to be attempt
needs
to make
to be a show
needs to be
or a movie.
I mean, this would make a pretty good show because if you can like you could trim it. If you could trim the lore down a little bit, but like
I'm not showing up for a show, but I'll go see a movie.
Simplify it down even more, make it a little bit more fun, make it a movie.
That's awesome.
Live action Gargoyles coming at you. Sexy Goliath. That's it. No, we're done. I only wrote. I don't.
Oh,
we have no. That's
there
it.
was just a good amount of like spacing between your first and like that
top
paragraph and the bottom one. I was like, interesting.
No, we're
yeah,
done.
that was great, dude.
No, we're done. That's it.
Yeah, I would go see a live action Gargoyles.
Yeah,
because
they could do it. Because they can do that now.
Yes.
If we can do Avatar, if we can do a bunch of blue people on screen, we can do Goliath.
Yes.
One because I also mean like singular. It's Goliath's story. He's the main character.
Yeah.
We only need him around for the first part, and then we can bring everybody back later at the end.
Yeah, because the ensemble aspect is to fill out a 25 episode buy.
Yes, for us, for a trilogy, a first release, just a first movie to see if it works. One character. 2 gargoyles. That's all we need. Good
all
ones,
you
bad
need.
ones, all we need. Introduce everyone to the world, allude to something much bigger, but just make it singular, just some corporate espionage. Easy peasy.
Love it, man.
Gargoyles.
All right, I think it's time for my fix.
Okay, Jay.
That was really good.
Thanks, man.
That was really good. I like that a lot.
It's about to get blown out of the water by Jay's crazy idea.
It's not okay. It's not going to get blown out of the water. This isn't a competition.
But I'm about to win.
We got done streaming Resident Evil last night, and I started working, like, solidifying my fix, and then I went into a fugue state.
Uh-oh.
And did this.
Okay.
Okay. So, for my pitch, rather, not fix, you know what I'm saying. My pitch, I would like to do a Disney live-action remake of the animated feature, The Sword and the Stone.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
for what I'm working on in the fiction of this pitch, this movie would have come out in 2011.
Okay.
The Sword and the Stone live-action remake would have come out in 2011. We have Michael Sheen is playing Merlin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I think even with like a beard and stuff, like he can kind of. That's the thing about Merlin is that like he's old, but like he's also kind of spry. Like I feel like he exists. That's why he played such a good vampire in the Twilight movies, because it's like he kind of looks ageless. Like I think he'd be a good Merlin.
Yeah, you're right.
And then therefore, if Michael Sheen is going to be playing Merlin, then you have David Tennant playing Archimedes the Owl.
Okay. Yes.
Because
they have that
the back and
relationship.
forth.
Yes, they do.
Like I love
yeah.
Like, and I think David Tennant as an owl is just hilarious. I think that's really, really fun. And so his enemy, Madame Mim. This is also the year that Bridesmaids is coming out.
Oh, okay.
And so I think she's on an upswing. I think this adds to her year of kicking all the butt. I think our Madame Mim is Kristen Wiig.
Oh, okay.
Because I think, and she hasn't done a ton of feature films yet. Like this would be kind of an interesting choice in that time period for her to play that.
Sure.
And she's also, she could put on the fat suit for parts and then not, and then she's kind of, she's again kind of timeless.
Yeah.
We would have the Knight K would be played by Rupert Grint.
Oh,
who'd be kind of the right age to be like an up and coming knight, but also like if you look at Kay, like he's like the reddest of hair,
sure,
like and kind of a jerk, but like you still kind of like him, but he's still kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
I think, but also like it's insane to me that Rupert Grint hasn't had more of. I think he's actually a very talented actor. It's insane to me he hasn't been in more stuff. Like whereas like you have. Like Emma and Daniel like doing all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah, they're working all the time.
Like
yeah.
I feel like Rupert Grint like kind of got the short end of the stick, and that's the most Ronald Weasley thing to happen. But our Arthur.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember back in the day when they were doing the Dennis the Menace movie?
I mean, I do remember. I never
remember
saw it, but I remember
the
that live
Dennis
action movie. Yeah.
But
okay,
when they were when they were making that movie, they made a lot of hay out of trying to find Dennis the Menace.
Okay,
trying to find Dennis.
Sure.
And like they did casting all across the country. I think they made like little mini documentaries about it.
Sure.
Like it was like part of their marketing push was that they were searching. They wanted to find. They didn't want to cast some already like actor. They wanted to find Dennis.
Right, like they did for Harry.
For Arthur, it's imperative that we search the country and we find the right Arthur.
Okay.
And he's kind of like the everyman, like kiddo, like heart of an angel, but soul of a leader.
Okay.
Arthur.
Sure.
So we search the country for Arthur. That's kind of our big marketing push for this movie. Is that like introducing such and such as Arthur.
All right.
And honestly, like we're keeping this movie like pretty much the same for the most part. Like this could very well be a shot for shot remake, and it's just it's just having fun. Like a lot of this movie is just fun. Like if you really look at the synopsis, not a lot happens in this movie.
Yeah, no.
But
I mean, they do change form a lot. They probably work a bunch.
Oh yeah, dude. Can you imagine like the live action aspect of like them being transformed into squirrels, and like the pretty squirrel like coming after him and creating a whole generation of furries at the same time. But we get to the end of the Sword in the Stone movie,
Sure.
the live action remakes, and we get to the mid credit sequence.
Oh.
And we have Merlin, who's kind of like overseeing, like teaching a young Arthur like what being king is going to be like. And then we see a flash of light and a portal open, and we see Nick Cage's Balthazar from The Sorcerer's Apprentice exit through the hole with Jay Baruchel, David, because The Sorcerer's Apprentice came out in 2010. So this would be the year after that movie came out. And I, for one...
That was a Disney film?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Sorcerer's Apprentice was a Disney movie. It was an extrapolation of the Mickey story when he like takes the sorcerer's...
It was?
Yes. Yeah, Sorcerer's Apprentice is a Disney film.
That one, right? Wow.
Yeah.
You know, because I did not like that film.
I loved that movie.
It was pretty okay.
I really liked The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I thought it was so fun.
Huh, I gotta go back and rewatch that.
So
I guess.
Nick Cage and Jay Baruchel exit the portal, and they're like, "I don't think this is the right. I don't think we nailed it." And Merlin's like, "Excuse me," like, "Well," and Archimedes is talking, and he's like, talking out, "Okay, I think we screwed up," in the total Nick Cage way, and Nick Cage is like, "Is this? Have you heard of something called a black cauldron?" Cut to the rest of the credits. 2012. We are getting the live-action remake of The Black Cauldron. Now, the main character, Taran, or
Sure.
Taran,
Okay.
however they say it, this live-action remake of The Black Cauldron, Taran, the main character, is going to be played by the same child actor that they got to play Arthur in the live-action remake of The Sword and the Stone.
What?
That's why it's very important that they pick the right kid. Black Cauldron plays out the way it normally does.
I don't know the Black Cauldron very well. Can you give me the plot drop?
Basically, the Horned King is attempting to he is trying to find the Black Cauldron in order to cast the spell that will basically like unleash like all of his like terrible warriors upon the world and take over the world.
Oh, okay.
He needs he uses Taran has is the apprentice of a sorcerer who has a pig that has basically a pig that can see the future.
Okay.
And so like they're trying to like chasing after him to get the pig in order to find out where the Black Cauldron is. He's eventually defeated and in a blaze of glory. But there's a lot of different characters. There's a lot of opportunities for casting, but we're moving on.
Oh,
we
don't have time for this.
The main thing about the Black Cauldron is that the kid that played Arthur is now playing Taran in.
Okay.
Maybe he has a different haircut,
Sure,
but it's the
clearly
same actor.
Yeah, yes.
Post-credit sequence of the live-action Black Cauldron remake. It is we get to the end of the story and we cut back to it is Merlin reading a finishing like the final chapter of The Black Cauldron in a very large book with Nick Cage standing behind him, and he turns to the last page to see like an illustration of Taran, and then he realizes that like it looks exactly like Arthur. And they look at Arthur, and they look at the page, and they look at Arthur, and then they look at each other, and then blackout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not the end of the story, though.
No. 2013.
Good lord, these productions are really backed
The
up on each other.
Sorcerer's Apprentice 2, because I think this movie deserved a lot more than it got.
Okay.
It didn't make a lot of money, though. I looked out. I did a lot.
You being
I was up very late last night.
Oh, okay. Once Jay gets going.
Yeah. Okay. The Sorcerer's Apprentice 2. Nick Cage and Balthazar and David, let's just use their actual character names, are basically what we learn from all of these post-credit sequences is that Balthazar has a dream that he needs to find their Arthur.
Okay.
Like the kid from their dimension, because he's been traveling through like magical dimensions, trying to like stop the Black Cauldron, but he realizes that like this kid is probably the key to stopping whatever's happening. Now him going back through the dimension, through like whatever magical happens, Madam Mims from the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Sword in the Stone rather, follows him back.
Oh no.
And she also like figures out like the Arthur situation, and the power of Arthur, and that he has the ability to activate all of the stories. He is the linchpin throughout Arthur is the linchpin throughout all of magical storydom. And if a story exists in the magical realm, then it's technically a dimension.
Whoa, okay.
So storytelling is kind of like the multiverse of magic.
Oh, neat.
That's what kind of gets established in this movie. Trying to save Arthur from Madam Mims, Nick Cage's Balthazar eventually dies.
Oh no.
Which was always to come to pass. And then David, J. Baruchel's character, becomes the Prime Merlinian, which he was always meant to be.
The Prime Merlinian?
Yes.
It's a
fun thing to say.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to say it.
Does
he get a time stone or anything?
No, he has a ring.
Cool.
If you remember.
I don't remember.
But Nick Cage dies relatively early on in the movie.
Oh, damn.
But then he realizes but he goes through Nick Cage's journals and following the logic that like he basically can still communicate with Nick Cage's character through his journal.
Oh,
there's
neat.
like a pocket dimension where like his like hologram still exists, and like
okay, sure.
His journal becomes like a magical AI,
neat.
basically. And so Nick Cage is like, in order to become the Prime Merlinian, like there are certain people that like there are certain paragons of the magical world that you're going to need to talk to, and so David, through trying to save Arthur from Madam Mims,
right, in his universe,
has to go visit the three paragons of the magical world that he is instructed by Balthazar, Nick Cage's character. He has to get better. He has to get very good at his chalk drawings, and he goes and he learns the lesson of magical imagination from Mary Poppins.
Imagination. Imagination. Do you remember this joke? Do you remember this joke?
No.
Oh, it's South Park.
Oh,
when they go to Imagination Land or whatever, and he just sings Imagination for literally like almost 4 minutes. He just sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Keep going. You're doing great. Mary Poppins.
So he has to learn like the tentpole of a magical imagination from Mary Poppins. He then has to go and learns the magic of the mundane from Angela Lansbury's character from Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This is. Yep.
And then, thirdly, in order to learn the tentpole of the magical sciences.
Okay.
He has to go meet the Wizard of Science, Wayne Zelinsky, from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And this is where because like he was like, you think you would just shrink kids and there wasn't a little bit of magic involved there? Come on. So he learns those three aspects of magic.
Are this all in his universe, or is he going through like a little bit of a multiverse?
He is going. There's like a little bit of a multiverse.
Okay.
action.
Okay. Great.
Like I would imagine he shows up in Wayne Zelinsky's realm like shrunk.
Cool.
Because that's just.
You're also Kingdom Heartsing this.
No. I'm expanding the magical realm.
Sure. Yeah.
I think like the magic of Disney has always been a thing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And
Okay.
so by utilizing he becomes a Prime Merlinian, defeats Madam Mims, saves his universe's
in his universe. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Now, the post-credit sequence of this movie. A truffle hunter from our universe.
Oh, okay.
Led by a very large pig, upon digging for truffles,
Right.
finds our universe's The Black Cauldron. 2014. a little movie came out in 2014 called Maleficent,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
a live action remake.
Oh, which
a
was
Disney property.
that's a good live action because it
yes.
changes.
It's very good.
Yes.
But the one thing that the Maleficent movies don't necessarily completely show us is like her descent into darkness fully, because like the second movie was a prequel, while very interesting.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Like it doesn't fully show her transition into dark sorceress. Mm-hmm. So Maleficent plays out the way it normally does, but we get a post-credit sequence in the live-action remake of Maleficent. Mm-hmm. Maleficent walks into her library in like the castle after everything is said and done. She sets up Aurora to like succeed and yada yada yada. She walks into her library and she finds a book on the table, flipping pages, and a light emitting from the book. And she begins to have a conversation with an unheard force with the book. Mm-hmm. And then it ends with, "Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, the Horned King. This might be a very interesting arrangement." Now, this is where things get a little weird.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yes.
At what time last night did you get to that point of writing this?
Probably
down?
about like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I had a sneaking suspicion it was sometime past 2. Keep going.
Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
The Maleficent stuff hit way later. Because I was like, oh, in this time frame, yeah, Maleficent comes out 2000. Oh, yeah. And then this hit this morning.
Oh.
This got added in this morning.
Okay.
In 2016.
Sure. 2 years later. From Maleficent.
In the post-credit sequence of the live action of technically like, you know, live action translation of something. We're adding a post-credit sequence to Doctor Strange. Post-credit sequence of Doctor Strange.
Uh-huh.
We see Maleficent in a dungeon with cells full of Arthurs.
Yeah.
From many different dimensions, talking to the ghost, like a shadowy figure of the Horned King.
Sure.
And she says, "As soon as we have the Black Cauldron, you shall be reborn, and we will rule all of the magical realms." Cut to 2017. This is the end.
Oh, okay. Because this feels like this could keep going.
Yes, I think there's a lot. Honestly, I've been so like thinking
You're
about
building
like
a magical Avengers?
the magical world of the yes. Because I also just Justice for the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I just thought it was an amazing movie. I really had a lot of fun. 2017, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Phantasmic. It's The Sorcerer's Apprentice 3, Phantasmic, which, if you don't know, is one of the laser light shows at Disney Hollywood Studios. So it's one of the older shows.
Clever girl, all right.
Yeah, it's like a big laser light show. So it's tying in. It's like
tying in
Disney celebrating Disney, which was what they do best. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's David J. Baruchel's character and Arthur, along with Doctor Strange, Merlin, and Doctor Strange, Merlin, and then the Bard character from why can't I remember his name? The Bard character from the Black Cauldron remake, which I would be cast by Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Just because he's kind of silly and stupid, but he's along for the ride. All of them with all of the assistance of Mary Poppins, Angela Lansbury.
Sure, everyone comes back.
Have to defeat, basically, like the Horned King returns to our realm.
Oh no!
And like our Arthur is like the last piece they need.
Sure, yeah.
In order to like actually access the multi-realm, like the Horned King is returned, but he's like can't access without our Arthur. And it comes to light. It comes to light that like the theme of this movie, like there's a lot of magical battles, and then we defeat the Horned King, and we eventually, kind of like the last like in a beam struggle between like Arthur with Excalibur and like the Horned King, like he's just like, you're just a boy, like this is, or like you're just like a normal kid, like you'll never defeat me, and then like that's eventually, like what comes to pass is that Mickey shows up in his whole magical outfit from the Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia, and eventually what comes to pass like the moral of the story is that like, yeah, anyone can save the universe.
Yeah, anyone could be Spider-Man.
Anyone can be special. You just have to believe. Like, you just have to believe in magic and it's real. And then we defeat the Horn King and like everything. You know, when we finally get like Maleficent as Sorceress, she disappears. Post-credit sequence of Sorcerer's Apprentice Phantasmic.
It's Thanos.
He's
assembling the gauntlet.
Another Arthur wakes up in a different dimension.
Okay.
Doctor Strange appears through a portal and very sassily says, Arthur, there's a new threat in the multiverse. Like, you're going to have to grab Excalibur. Like, this will be a quick one. And as Arthur gets dressed very hurriedly and grabs Excalibur, we see him grab the sword, and as he pulls it up, a Keyblade appears in his hands.
I mentioned Kingdom Hearts purposely because I just knew. I knew. Jay and I hang out a lot. He played all 3 on stream. It just felt like we were going in a Kingdom Hearts direction, and I was right. Nice try, bud.
Yeah, man.
Nice try. I was prepared for the Keyblade. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You goober.
Yeah. So that is my expansion of the magical
Disney World.
Yes. I originally, when I talked to Brian a couple of days ago, I was like, I'm doing Sorcerer's Apprentice. I'm going to tie it in with the Black Cauldron and Sword and Stone. And Brian was like, great. And then I was like, oh, there's so many more movies I could tie in. And then my sweet boy with the big, big shoes. Go get them.
Yep.
Because you know who's in Kingdom Hearts? Merlin. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what ties up all these weird dimensions together from the Disney realm and Final Fantasy? Kingdom Hearts.
So where was Cloud?
What's up?
Shouldn't Squall have been there? They all use magic.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts.
Get him, Titus.
Get him. Not Titus. Yuck.
No?
7 or 8. That's all it's in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh. Well, I mean, you're missing out on some really good characters.
But yeah.
Lightning could have showed up.
That's my... I just think Disney has access to so much cool stuff. They just...
Yes, they definitely
own
do,
way
Jay.
sometimes.
Yes, they do. They have a lot of
I can't tell if you're proud or upset.
I can't tell either.
I worked really hard.
Oh, about that. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Disney thing.
Oh.
That's insanity in its best form.
Yes. But you understand now like why like picking a kid out of like complete obscurity, that's the whole point.
Yep.
Like that's like Disney's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the magic of Disney, man.
I know.
It's cool. All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
That is...
I'm very good.
You are very good. Wow.
But as you started with Gargoyles, I was like, part of me was like, can we tie this in somewhere? I was like, you'll probably fit. Nah.
I mean, there's plenty of magic. I mean, there is, the Merlin, the Phoenix,
but also
the Phoenix Gate. There's all sorts of stuff with Gargoyles.
But also, why haven't they done anything else with Gargoyles? Regardless of live action, regardless of anything, why have we not gotten anything else?
There was a comic book that came out.
I don't. No.
But like in the modern era, that actually that people like actually know about, they haven't done anything with it.
They should just Yojimbo it and just put. They should put the Gargoyles should just be in the Ninja Turtles universe. Straight up.
That'd be neat.
Just like Nickelodeon, go buy Gargoyles and put them in Ninja Turtles, and let's move on.
Disney, go buy the Turtles.
You say that.
Oh, you think it'd be better the other way around?
I don't know. This new Ninja Turtles movie looks.
They look pretty good.
So good.
Yeah, those look pretty good.
Well, I think we did it, bud.
We definitely did a lot today, Jay. Wowzers, Bowsers, man. That was wow.
Yeah, you were kind of mad when I asked to go second because I was like, I think he wants to go second.
I just had a sneaking suspicion that it was like, he thinks I'm still doing Robin Hood. Oh, I'm gonna
Oh
Give a
no,
curveball with this Gargoyles.
No, absolutely. My favorite thing was like I knew immediately what you're doing
Oh, did you?
from jump. I was like, I was doing Yep, that's the right. That's smooth. It goes down real good.
You should have been second. Yeah, because I did not know you had the royal flush of magical Avengers.
There's so much live action magic stuff that could all tie in together.
Because
They just did a good job with some of these movies. Guys, if you haven't watched The Sorcerer's Apprentice, go watch it. It's a blast. It's fun. There should have been more. It just didn't make enough money. It only made like $50 million.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, it's got.
But after marketing, we don't know what the marketing budget is, so like it may have made nothing.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Hollywood, man, movies.
What are you gonna do?
It's crazy.
Well,
we did it, Jay.
we did it.
Disney, two really good ideas. One's got to go back. You got to go back in time, but otherwise,
We can make it work. Let's make it. We'll fit it in. We'll make it work. Let's make it work now. Or let's just do another Sorcerer's Apprentice and start from scratch.
Sure.
Or let's just do Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, because that'll make sense in a movie.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure you can make sense of it in a movie form.
I'd love to play Xehanort.
Sort of the bad guys, right?
It's like the bad guy.
the Heartless.
Yeah, I've played all those games and I celebrate all of them, and I couldn't tell you what's going on in that universe, and I don't care. You know why? Because the power of friendship.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. Yeah. And Donald is the most powerful wizard in all of Final Fantasy. Well,
Frustrating.
hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell and doing that YouTube that you do so well. And if you're listening to this wherever you catch podcatches, yes, you know, all those places. If you wouldn't mind leaving us a quick review, I do read them. I check them out. And for all the people that have been doing reviews lately and saying hi to me, it means I really like it a lot. It's very nice.
Not only does Jay read them,
And
but
they
he
say hi to
also-
Kimberly too.
Oh, does he? That's nice.
Yeah. Wait, not only do I read them, do I?
You also make a shared universe with all of them, and like
1,000%.
somehow they all work
They'll
from the
all
same.
connect.
Yep, they all
They
connect.
will
Yep.
all connect. Arthur is the key. Yeah, he's the pure spirit winning the day. Yeah, maybe leave us 5 stars or don't. I don't know. Whatever you're gonna do, coward. But as we end every episode, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Yeah, it's the slow descension straight towards Kingdom Hearts that you saw coming from a mile away. He goes to he learns from the Mary Poppins land. That was when you said Mary that was
You got to tie it all together, man. You got to Disney's good at celebrating Disney, man.
Sure, but when he had to go to Mary Poppins to learn the thing, I was like, wait a second. This is Kingdom Hearts.
No,
This is going towards Kingdom Hearts.
absolutely. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.